All right, on the road. I'm at a truck stop, just gassed up, grabbed myself a coffee because I haven't had one in 2 days. The place I stayed just wasn't convenient, didn't have one in the room, and I was too lazy to boil water off my jet boil. So I'm at this truck stop here. We have to pull out well, that's a pretty cool looking boat coming off that thing. Look at that thing. Very military looking or commercial. Can you see that? Not if I go the wrong way. See that thing? Is that pretty wild? Never seen anything quite like that. This truck stop's got the multiple entries. One's for the commercial trucks, and the other one is for residential. And I had to come in the commercial truck thing because there's all this construction on the other side. So, not trying to be a putz, but didn't have an option. They had this is really sweet, like a vanilla mocha machine there instead of a regular coffee. That's usually I get regular. Whew. That's enough to put a diabetic into a coma. All right, I'm on Truck Stop Road, Hinstone, lots of truck stops. I just gassed up. About a little less than an hour from the museum, heading back. Today is Friday, January 26th, and I think it's about 10:30, maybe a little later, 10:45 or thereabouts. I got Christmas the rescue dog sleeping down here at the foot of the passenger seat. She's silly. Even though I got spots open for her to sleep on, and she still prefers to be on the floor. So this trip started doing a live feed like this. I'm going to try to do more live feeds when I can. Chasing weather. You can see the weather. I'll probably turn the camera up so you can see the clouds. It's actually getting nicer as we go farther north. It was a lot darker and more miserable down below when I was down in South Carolina. But I chased weather the other day, and unfortunately, well, I guess fortunately for most people, it wasn't that bad. Heavy winds, rain, but most of that was more towards the Gulf, even tornado warnings in there. You guys can hear that too when the phone calls come in. That's another problem doing live feeds and getting all these alerts for the weather chasing. And that's primarily so I have one I can use for the Radar Omega and just kind of work off. I'm going to put a laptop desk back in this vehicle. Or actually, this vehicle, I've never had one. The other vehicles did. And it's so damn expensive now. I have one back at the house. I got to dig out of the outbuilding. See if I can retrofit it to work in here. And this way, if I can use the phone as a hotspot, so I don't want to buy another hotspot, as infrequently as I'll use it, then I can at least use the laptop as my radar and anything else I need to search, or even talk to comments. Like now, I can't see if anyone's talking to me. I just don't have that ability on a little phone like this. So if you guys are talking or mentioning anything, I appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment. Anything you can do there. We're trying to set up more. I'm going to get more of this going. Looks like it's going to be me and the rescue dog. Christmas the rescue dog doing some traveling. I'm heading back for the weekend. I've got to main the museum for, today is Friday, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Hopefully we pull a little business in. It's been very sluggish, it's the off season. Then I'm planning on getting back on the road next week for my birthday. Just go somewhere. I don't know where. I haven't got a clue. Ain't got a clue. Let's get out of town for a little bit. And then start off the next month and see how things go. But this is a good test run for me and the dog. And she did great. She's a big old hound. She's a rescue. Got her Christmas Day. She stayed at the hotel with me. And she was excellent. Good about letting me know when she had to go out. I mean, she's like the easiest dog to drive with. I mean, she just naps. She's your typical, typical picture of a dog you'd have sleeping in front of a fireplace. I ain't got the fireplace, but I got the sleepy dog. She's a good girl. She just wants hugs and loves. Didn't eat much on this trip. I think it's just because it's a little bit different for her. But she ate. As a matter of fact, I got food in a bowl in the back behind me here. Not that you guys can see that. I keep on pointing like I have the dual gram going. You can see both. Bathing back here. Now she's down here, sleeping on the ground. And I'm not going to try to unhook the phone and stuff. I'll show you guys. But be safe and just drive. I was going to stop. I just stopped at a truck stop to hit the bathroom, gas up, and I got myself a coffee, like I said. It's actually not bad, but just really, really sweet. Look at some cars that are just flying. These cars are just moving today. You can see this all over the place. No place to go. Yep, that's good, but very sweet. Maybe it'll give me some energy. I haven't had any coffee in 2 days, so I'm kind of been jonesing for a coffee. I don't know why I went for the creamy sweet one. The reason I'm doing more of these live feeds too, I'm trying to get used to them. I've done one a while back. It was in the museum. It was the paranormal investigation. And that was like 7 hours. It basically was just one of the phones set up and just kind of let it run. I would talk in for a while. Then I'd go back into my office and I could see it through my laptop and then actually answer questions that way. And that's kind of what I need to do. But, as far as me driving and texting, I'm not good at that. I don't need to veer off the road or anything, so I apologize for that. My multitasking days are at minimum. Cars are whipping past like there's someplace to go. I can't see the cars in front of me or something. I understand. Just a lot of really bad drivers. Now she whips back in behind me. I'll happily move over once I pass this truck, and then she can zip along. Obviously in a rush. There you go. Crazy, crazy people. I'm not a fast driver. I rarely go over the speed limit. If I know what the speed limit is. There's a spot up here, if I can catch it, where a tornado came through I think it was about 3 months ago. And it was I believe it was like an F2, maybe just an F1, leaning towards a 2. And it's amazing the damage it did. I mean, not till you see, the damage one of these things. And this is what I want to do. I've always wanted to chase tornadoes. And that's kind of my game plan. I know I'm kind of off season to get this stuff done. Look at this, the sun's actually coming out. And we'll do it. We'll chase what we got. We had a bunch of people in this crazy weather up north. This is where I'm from. And they were chasing snow up in Buffalo and stuff. That I'm not doing. Been there, done that. Did that as a journalist in the news. Is not driving around slipping and sliding if I don't have to. I mean, tornadoes are dangerous enough, and I want to shoot them from afar. Some severe weather is fine. Heavy winds, but my days of icy roads and snow and stuff, I've had enough. So my plan is to do these trips, to kind of do a combination. Still do the investigations, the interviews, stick with the ufology, cryptozoology, paranormal, but mix the other stuff in, weather, history. I want to just get more diversified and just more excuses to do different places. I'll have the rescue dog with me for a while. She's a good girl. She's about as hassle-free as you can possibly get. You guys know I've taken other dogs on the road. I had Yeti with me. Yeti got a good home, doing well. Then it was Medizu. It was a younger rescue dog, kind of puppyish. Good dog. Oh my God, what a bundle of energy. It was just in my face, constantly licking me. It was silly, but she was being young just needed so much more attention. We were lucky we got her a good home with a very young guy. And I guess him and his girlfriend apparently, and they live down the road from their parents' house, which has a dog over there that it plays with, and they have a lake in the backyard. The dog just loves it. Medizu's just a total dick. Goes up and bites the other dog in the ass, and just being a harassment, but having fun. They're having a blast. So I feel good about that. And then shortly after that, we end up with a kitten showing up at the museum, and that one, as we were on the road doing the Crypticon. We had this friend of ours took care of it, and well, she had it. Someone came by and adopted it, and that cat's now living the life up at the lake. So we've had 3 for 3, three rescues, 3 good homes, and now I got this one, and we've got food. I feed dogs out in front of the museum, and I feel guilty because I looked last night and the bowl was empty. I mean, it's not super cold out; it's like literally 70 today. It's crazy weather, and. But I do feel guilty about not having food out there, food and water. I think there's still water left, but I can't tell easily from the camera. So first thing I'll do when I get back is get Pesty back in the museum and fill the bowl. Just start off loading my stuff. But there's a lot of dogs. I mean, every night I get minimum 2, usually 3 come by, and on really busy days I'll get 5, and then I use occasional cat. If there's any food left during the day, which is very rare, there might be some little pieces they've dropped around. The birds will come through and steal that. Once in a while, one of the dogs steals a bowl, too. I had to pick up some cheapy bowls at the Dollar Tree on this trip, too, so I have some backups. Usually the bowl doesn't go far. They just kind of grab it and wander off. I think they feel more comfortable taking it somewhere else to eat. Shoulder's killing me. Better. I think it's arthritis I got from the tick bite. For those of you who don't know, I'm on I-95 heading north. I'm going to go up to Route 4 and jump on that. That's kind of a back road that takes me right into Littleton, which will take me right to the museum. Getting back from a road trip, just a couple of days on the road. Like I said, it started off chasing some weather. I was going to see what else I picked up along the way. Ended up staying in the south of the border, a place I go fairly often. I know everybody there. They're dog friendly. It's easy. It's hassle free. And so I didn't. They do have paranormal activity, but I wasn't going to do anything there. I've kind of beat it to death. And I was in room 113 again, so I've kind of already done that room. The noisiest thing we got going there is the ice machines right outside the door on the pool side. So every time someone got that, which is kind of funny. Last time I was there with one of the other dogs, it was actually Medizu. And every time someone hit the ice machine, she'd go crazy. And she'd bark, go nuts. And I'd pick her up, look out the window, and go, look, it's just someone grabbing ice, trying to show her. And this girl here, she's just so mellow she didn't care. She'll pick her head up off the bed, look over, look at me, and then go back to sleep. Just the easiest going dog in the world. Loves to snuggle. She's come a long way. Never barks. Haven't got a bark out of her since I had her. Just makes kind of squeaky noises and groans. Kind of lets me know if she has to go outside with a squeak. Talks to you. That's all she does. Has a lot of nightmares though. Always dreaming. And forever having to go up to her and say, "I've got you, baby. It's okay." Trying to get her to make sure everything's working. When you get a rescue dog, you want to feed them food, water, biscuits. And this way they get their hydration. It's something I was taught by Peter. And so you basically soupy food. And just when you get everything going, you want to make sure they're peeing, you want to make sure they're pooping. And I finally got her. She was like constipated when I first got her. I know you guys really want to hear this. Anyway, but she was pooping out hair, so she was living off like roadkill and God knows what. So she's living the good life now. Life's good. Getting to travel. That's interesting. A guy on a skateboard with a backpack cruising along on I-95. That's interesting. So I'm going to go live for a while here, then I'm going to go answer these phone calls. Because probably people want to know if the museum's open, but I'll stay live for a little bit. Army trucks today. All kinds of stuff moving. That's what we need for this. Museum needs a big military truck, something we could use for storm chasing, a whole bunch. A lot of these things I don't even recognize. Couldn't tell you the names of them. Yeah, we went through a little sunny spot for a while there, now we come back up in some clouds. I tell you, I've been lucky. I haven't hit any rain yet. Did on the way down, and yesterday it was raining in South Carolina. Actually, it was raining this morning. So far since I've been on the road. Knock wood. Not puppy dog. I was going to make a pit stop just to hit like a Aldi's or a Lidl's on the way back, but I'm deciding not to now since I stopped at the truck stop. This way I can just continue back into town. I don't think I'm in any desperate need of any one thing, so. I'm trying to figure out where I am, how far away from that area where the tornado blew through. coming up the road here. Just trying to look on the side here, looking for markers. Can't be that far. Well, that's a shot there, the fist right in your face. Huh? So far, it's been a pretty good drive. Usually, almost every time I come up 95, I end up with something, a car accident. I mean, it's all that construction we hit back earlier. Ashe County. This guy keeps sliding off the road here. Seems to be picking up all kinds of debris. My windshield broken. And I'll show you guys the road. Where do you guys think I should go? Heading on the road Monday is my plan. It's kind of an adventure, plus get out of town for my birthday. Should I go to Gettysburg? Should I go to the mountains? Should I go to the shore? Mountains and the Gettysburg are pretty much about the same distance. I'm talking about 6 hours each way, thereabouts. Sure, depending on where I go, it's going to be about 3. Although, this time of the year, there's not a heck of a lot to do at the shore, unless I can find or get access to a fun place to get into. The other problem with doing the shore this time of the year, a lot of the places just to get out. Not that I can go much of anywhere taking a rescue dog with me, although I got to say she's good. I brought a cage with me. I didn't even have to set it up. She just, once I got her in there, she was comfortable, put out her bowl of food and water. She realized she could go up on the bed. She was happy. That was it. I just left the TV on for her. She's a good girl. But that being said, I still don't want to leave her for any period. If I went out, I made sure she was never alone any more than like an hour, hour and a half. I'm going to take care of the baby. So it would have to be someplace dog friendly, which the mountains and Gettysburg, neither one of those would be an issue. Great puppy. I think it's someplace totally different too. C-SPAN news truck just went by. We have a delivery coming in, I think tomorrow. I'm going to check that too. Not ordered a heck of a lot of stuff for the museum these days. It's, like I said, it's very slow. I don't want to invest in stuff I don't need to. Got a few things coming in. up here somewhere. It's not that much farther up. Will be the area where the tornado blew through over 95. Took out a ton of trees, a bunch of signs. Since I've been here, this is the biggest and closest tornado I've seen. Didn't physically see it. I saw it after the fact. I wish I did see it. It actually took out the back section of the Pfizer pharmaceutical building. Nobody was killed with it, which is a miracle. But even this, like I said, it was a Category 1, I believe, maybe just a 2. And the amount of destruction it did is just unbelievable. You don't realize the power of these things. You get up close and see. Past all this construction up here. I remember that much. Yeah, we got a little ways to go before we hit that area. I think it's up where that turn is up ahead. Yeah, this coffee's starting to kick in. Starting to feel a little bit of caffeine, finally. Wish I had this morning. I had a hard time getting Christmas to get up. She was so comfy on the bed. I had to literally pick her up at one point and sit her on the ground. She just kind of did a big stretch. I got her out to do some pee-pees. Brought her back in. I thought she'd go eat, drink some water. Nope, she climbed back up on the bed. I said, no, we gotta go. At that point, I already had the vehicle packed, so I got her out, put her in. And then the last two things I had to pack up were her dishes. So. She's a very silly girl. That patch I was talking to you should be up here somewhere. Shouldn't be that much farther. You see stuff here. This could be it right here. Yep. See the signs are all broken. All the trees are knocked down. They're still clearing stuff here, the equipment. Took this whole area out. Pretty impressive. This is the exit for Red Oak, so I believe it was a Red Oak. To the west were damaged homes and stuff of that sort. There's a nice camper. That's what we need. We need to be mobile. On 95 that much longer. I should be at a turn off and just jump on Route 4, take 4 up. That's a pretty scenic route. We'll be taking that all the way up and then crossing up at the top end of Medoc Mountain State Park. on the 4. I guess it's not really 4 I'm getting on here. I think it's 48 or something like that. That was weird. I just passed that rest stop there. You know how you drive by like a dead skunk or something like that, and your vehicle gets the smell? I got the weird smell from there, almost like urinal cake. What the hell was that? I guess their sewers are backed up there, or septic's backed up. What an odd smell to pick up, though. Be all jacked up on sugar drinking this coffee. Some kind of vanilla mocha. It's like thick too. It's just 448 combined down here, and they divide when you get up a little farther. I think I know by now. I've been living down here for almost 13 years. Get off this exit here, you got a couple of different companies doing log cabins. The one that's on the other side of the road's kind of got one of those roadside attractions. Big sign up there. A big blue ox. A whole bunch. Swift Creek on this one. There's the other cabin place on the other side of the road there. Had a friend who used to work for them, selling cabins. They're nice structures. I mean, from what I hear, they're high maintenance though. You got to be prepared for that. I mean, structurally, they'll be there forever if you just do basic maintenance on them. Oh boy. Lots of campers on the road, which I'm surprised. It's kind of off season. I guess probably a lot of just retirees. Although it could be something going on. I always miss it. Like not last weekend, but the weekend before was Martin Luther King weekend, and brought a fair crowd into the museum. The exit 150, Whitaker's 33 is what I'm getting off at here. Get off 95 here. Take some back road for a while. Unfortunate, this road that I'm getting on, some of these roads that'll take these back roads, is an area where tons of dogs are dumped. I've got called in so many times for dogs that are starving or been hit by cars. Work with the pound or PETA. real shame. It's Beaver Dam Creek. A little sun out again. Look at this. Coming up on my exit. Now, if you come in Littleton, you're coming from the south. This is the way to go. Get on this exit here. Otherwise, you have to go all the way up towards 58, which is Roanoke Rapids, and then you'll be making basically a right off the highway, obviously, but then making a left under I-95. And then you've got to go 16 miles in to get to Littleton, and the same thing back out. Well, if you take this, it takes you an angle, so it will save you that 16 miles. Now, once you get to Littleton, of course, you got to do the 16 miles back if you want to get back on 95, but it saves you 16 one way. And it's a nice scenic route, and there are a few places to get gas, like this one right here. And they have a subway place in there and stuff. And once you get past this one, it's not a heck of a lot. So you've got, I think it's 12 and a half miles to Medoc, so this would be probably another 6 or so, I'm guessing. I would say play it on the safe side, say 24, 25 miles from here, getting off to Littleton. I'm not really sure exactly. Maybe a little bit less. But you got to do that distance anyway, straight up I-95, and then have to do 16 miles across. And this is at least kind of scenic and pretty. You go through some nice farm country here. Like I said, one of the things you do want to look out for here are deer and dogs. And of course, farm equipment. How you doing, baby? You waking up now? Are you waking up? We're going to be there in a little bit. Stretch your legs, you go pee and poop, feed you. You didn't eat much this morning. You were just being sleepy. Find a lot of these little towns. These are mostly tier 1 counties, basically impoverished counties. Not much in the way of industrial. A lot of the schools, you see abandoned schools all over because populations have dropped. Another issue we have around here is a brain drain, where anyone who's where the life is, where the jobs are and stuff, and then you get stuck with a small handful of people that stay behind, and if you're lucky, that stay and work the farms, and someone's got to work the Dollar Generals. It's just hard. So we're trying to bring some little bit of industry in. You don't want to build up everything to have these towns that they can support themselves. That's one of the things that we're trying to get going around here. But these are areas, if you don't mind being off the beaten track and away from the convenience of Wegmans, Home Depot, Lowe's, Target, Walmart, things like that. You have to drive a little ways for. You can get some nice property here, reasonable prices. A lot of these older structures, they're going to take some work, but if you can save them, that's a really great thing to do. Little tins of town, they got turned around, thank God. We went there, we saw the fact that it had potential. And we have neighbors and stuff told me nothing's ever going to happen here. Everything they try to do in this town has failed, and blah blah blah. And it's gotten there. I'm not saying it will stay there forever. I'm not saying the process that has been done in town is sustainable. I'm hoping it will be. I think if things change a little bit, we tweak things a little bit, it will be. I think they've leaned too much in one direction, but I don't want to get into that end of it. But there's potential in all these places here. And I think a lot of people, especially since COVID, and everyone had to work from home, and realized, I mean, if you can get some decent internet, you can bring a lot of folks to live in a more simple lifestyle. And, so you have to go shopping once or twice a month and really stock up, and then just hit the Dollar Generals for basics. You can survive. I mean, you're going to be limited. I mean, one of the things I found was hard for me to adjust to was, the convenience of shopping, the ease of picking up things, selection. Selection is very slim as far as, items you're looking for. I mean, silly things like horseradish. You wouldn't think horseradish would be a problem in most places. Try to find horseradish around here, and if you find it's usually like this creamy stuff that's made for God knows what, I guess for tartar sauce or something. It's not the grated stuff, but things like that, silly things you wouldn't think of. That you come from a populated area. Good bread, crusty bread. Almost all the bread here is kind of doughy. It's like Wonder Bread. So it's just, but that's what's around here. So you make do. So I'll hit a Lidl's. They have a bakery there, and they'll do kind of traditional crusty. I'll pick up stuff there. But how long is that gonna last? So you make do. Not a big deal. But then there's other things here. I mean, you get a whole different range of foods. I mean, I was surprised when I went to the Piggly Wiggly when I first moved down here. The incredible, vast selection of bologna. Now, up north where I'm from, if you saw 2 or 3 different brands of bologna, that's a lot, especially if you saw 5, holy shit. You come down here, you see 10, 15, 20 different brands of bologna. Bologna's a big thing here, and if you haven't had fried bologna, and I can't eat it now, unfortunately, but if you haven't eaten fried bologna, you're missing something. It's something you would think is disgusting, and it's amazingly good. And they'll cut it thick. It's almost like a hamburger. It's just the way it's made. It's good stuff. I'm not saying it's the healthiest thing in the world for you, but damn, It's fun to come down and try different things. The area we're in here for barbecue is mostly vinegar-based barbecue. I like. Some people don't. Other areas around here, they'll have more of a mix. When I was in Texas, I'm going way back. Down there, it was, and everything's pretty much pork here. We have a place in town, Grandpa's, which is excellent. And they do a lot of turkey, too, so for me it works out. And chicken, of course. But when I was in Texas, they had everything there. You had a choice of beef, pork, and I was always kind of a beef and brisket sort of guy. We got somebody being towed here, so we're going to be going a little bit slower. And you had your choice of being sliced, chopped, pulled, it was just all these different combinations, And the sauces are usually pretty much on the side. So you get your choice what you wanted. Do you want a ketchup-based, mustard-based, hot, vinegar-based, I'm not sure where these guys are going. Get a wide berth, I'll go around them. Let's try to see what's going on. Yep, here we go. There we go, got around them. Some motorcycles. That's how nice the weather is, the bikes are out. I enjoy it down here, I really do. I love to try different things. One thing I can't eat, though, I can't get past it, is okra. If you fried okra, can't do it. Just can't do it. Now, I put okra, if I make gumbo, I'll put okra in it. And then it's kind of hidden amongst everything else. And gumbo without okra just isn't quite right. That's about it. That's about as farthest I can go. I've tried pickle okra. I've tried fried okra. I just can't do it. It's not the sliminess, because I can eat oysters. I love oysters. Maybe it's the little hairs on it that freak me out. I don't know. Definitely the flavor's not a huge thing, but I've eaten things that I like spinach. I like broccoli rabe. I mean, I like bitter things. So I don't know. Just a combination here I just can't do. Can't do it. Here's an old abandoned school on this side. Looks like they're doing something with it. This is common. You'll see these all over the place. Just happy to see something's happening with it. Now, where we're coming up to is going to be the back end of Medoc Mountain State Park. And actually, I'm going to take you down the back way. There's been a Bigfoot sighting there. That was April 14th. So, God forbid, since I got the camera going live, let's give it a shot. That will take you through the park, too. I don't know if it's going to be a shortcut, but it's a cut. You can see there's a Bigfoot on that building over there, silhouette. And the sightings from Medoc and the ones that we've had in Littleton itself, that's how the museum started. That's what put Littleton on the map. As much as some people aren't happy about it, it's a fact. Google Littleton and you'll see all the stuff comes up. We've been on MTV, Travel Channel, NPR, PBS, all the local media, Tar Heel Traveler, Our State Magazine. I mean, just one thing after another. Walter Magazine just did a piece on us. Actually, I got another crew coming in on 31st. Shit, you should be calling me soon. They should be coming in to do another piece on us. So they came in, did a kind of an introductory. We talked, we discussed things. They did kind of a quick shoot. Gave me some basic information. And these are country roads. Once you get down here a little farther, you're going to see a fire tower on the right. I don't know if you're going to see it well with this. Yeah, it's right up there. You can start to see it now. Up over here. Just going out of lane here. Trying to adjust things while I'm driving and making a turn. Not a smart move. Okay, now this is an area I want you to pay attention. It's not too far down from here where the sighting was. It's that little hill up above us, up in front. He was coming the opposite direction, coming towards us, and he saw it just on the downside of this hill. Crossing from this side over. See a mail truck there. So towards our right is going to be the start of Medoc Mountain State Park, but you can see it's all woods around here. Logging's pretty much the business here. Okay, see how it drops down now? So this is an area, look around. You guys might see something I don't see. I have been doing some logging over here too, so I've stirred things up. Now I've had multiple sightings. I've taken pictures in here. There's a lot of feeds, obviously I can't post any photos in, but there's these old structures down there. The leaves are out of the trees. So basically it's in this area here, going from this side to that side. Now this is Fishing Creek River going through here. It's a hot bed here, like a highway. We're crossing now. Now, unfortunately, the park's going to be closing for construction for quite a while. Now, during the day, you'll still be able to do hikes, but if you want to do overnight camping and stuff, that's going to be shut down. I'm not sure exactly the date. It was supposed to be January 1st, but there was a hold off with something to do with the contractors. you can see it's very desolate out here. And I'm going to turn into the park and show you some of the park itself. But this is the country I live in back up here. I mean, as you drive up, you come into Littleton, you end up in this little tiny town. But that's what it is. It's a little town and then nothing. You drive, 50 and see. There'll be some scattered homes out in the distance, some farm country, old mill. I'm looking in the woods as we drive. I'm trying to see if I see anything. But I figured we're going live. This is the perfect time to drive through here. Now we do get bear in here. We do get coyotes, fox, wild pigs, bobcats. I mean, a little bit of everything around here. People claim they see panthers. So if you're out there, you got to be careful. I mean, the animals tend to leave you alone. Here we go. Now I'm turning into the park. If I went straight, that'd bring me into Hollister. You see there are a few homes on the outskirts here. And a few of these homes here are homes they use for the rangers to stay at. The superintendent, I believe, is one of these two. Okay, to the right here, if we turned in, which I'm not going to do, that's the campsite area. That's the area that's going to be pretty much closed off when the construction starts. And back in there is the gazebo and stuff. I think that's always going to stay open. They might be renovating that too, I'm not sure. But all kinds of hiking trails. This is a beautiful park. We're very lucky to have this here. Even this area here, which is where the river goes across Fishing Creek, another hotbed for sun. I mean, it's just amazing, the activity here. Right here, this area here, you can park in. Here, multiple in that area there. As we here on the left-hand side of the ranger station, if you're bringing kids here, bring them to the ranger station. They have some fun little merchandise. Plus, they have some fun exhibits there. You can push buttons and see what the animals sound like. And it's just nice, fun stuff. Plus, you can park there and hike over. There's bike trails here. That's another popular thing. Now, they like you to stay on trail, obviously. But if you want to wander off a little bit, you come up here, like where the entrance is. There's areas up here where if you just do it respectfully. But there's some pretty cool old buildings out there. We found some pretty interesting things there. You can see the road. And a lot of people like to go off trail to look for... this route here is going to take me back up onto the main road, which we would have turned on if I didn't go down through here. And this will turn me back onto Route 4. And then we're going to make a right, and that will take us straight. We're going to take that all the way up into Littleton. And that will literally be, we're literally now 12 and a half miles from the museum. If I'm boring the hell out of you guys, let me know. Wow, they've done a lot of logging here. A lot of stuff's been opened up. If it wasn't for the rain, I would have went camping for a day or two. I think this dog would have loved it. Although she's dumped in the woods, maybe not. I think I'm taking her back out there to leave her, the poor thing. Now as we drive along here, hopefully, this way she was dumped up the road a ways. Her and 3 other dogs. And the other 2 got run over. This poor dog's going through a lot. Okay, so this is the turn I'm going to make here. Once I make this will take us literally back up to Route 4. We're on 4 now. theory, 448, whatever. If you took the other way, it would take you down towards. You can see the sign up here for Littleton, 12 miles. So we're getting there. We're getting there. This dog is asleep in the whole trip. Amazing me. Just a lazy puppy. So I'm going to take this slow. I'm going to piss somebody off that's behind me that wants to do 65, 70 miles an hour on this road. But with all the dogs and deer out here, just something comes running out of the woods, you don't have any chance of stopping. And you'll see there'll be a few homes along the way, a couple of good historic homes up here, some plantations. The road up here. Someone just checking mail, I guess. I'll take it slow. Yep, someone raking. Actually, I know that character. He used to work for me. Yeah, that's funny. You see there's some homes here. Once we get out of this, you're going to pass a church and stuff, and it's going to pretty much die off. A lot of hunting here. The hunting here is primarily with dogs. So that's, unfortunately, some people, when they get done with the dogs, they just dump them. They're not pets. They're more of a hunting tool. But, so we do our best to make sure they get rescued, find forever homes. They're really good animals. They just want loving. When they get older, they can't chase. Some just don't want to chase in the beginning. Some are afraid of the gunshots. You got to remember too, this road here is pretty much a main road for this area. This is Route 4. You start taking secondary roads off around here, and you're going to see very, very little on those. Lots of churches around. I might lose you guys a couple of times here. It's another thing too. Reception is terrible out here. Big old historic plantation coming up on the right and big up on the left. Coming in. All right, I think from here. You see it's all farm country up in here. And as we go up a little farther, we come closer to Littleton, on the right will be our sewer plant, which we just got all kinds of funds in to totally renovate that. Thank God. Easy. Oh boy, I just took another swig of that ridiculously sweet coffee. That mocha. It's like syrup on the bottom. Holy jeez. So we're coming into Littleton shortly. Once I get towards the actual town, we drop the speed limit down on Mosby to 20 miles an hour. It used to be 35. I think it's actually maybe 25. I guess it's 20. And so we slowed it down quite a bit. We've had one person killed. That was a while back. And this person run over. But we've had issues now, especially with the school open, to keep the traffic down. I get stuck as commissioner, mayor, and stuff. And still probably get stuck helping once in a while with the parade. And the traffic will come in where it turns in. I mean, like this road here, like I said, I'm being good. I'm doing like 50 miles an hour here. But people do 65, 70. They come tooling into town, and all of a sudden they got to hit the brakes, and all of a sudden they see cars out there, people crossing the road. And that's why we're trying to do something to make sure it gets slowed down. And we're getting a little bit of rain. This whole trip from South Carolina all the way up. We're at about a border. We're 8 miles from the border of Virginia. Above us is Lake Gaston. I don't want to put the wipers on if I don't have to, because it's just got a schmear. Coming up into town. Up here you see the fork. These are all pastures for cow. There's still some cattle out here to the right, where the sewer plant is down off this side here. Down that way. And there's our sewer plant. They're coming up on the road for it. It was funny, we used to go over there, I could park and just talk to the cows. This area now is being used for something different. This is the fork in the road, so we're coming into Littleton proper. This is, this Littleton zip code is huge. It covers a large area. But the incorporated village is where we are. And that's what we're coming into now. So if you go straight, that's Ferguson. We're going on to Route 4, which is Mosby, 903. And that's kind of like the, besides the main road, which is 158, Main Street, this is the other main road going through town. I know it's going to be a little fuzzy. I hate to put the wipers on, because I know it's just going to smear and make it even worse. I think I'm going to have to. There we go. So now I got to really slow down. 25 miles an hour. And we're officially in Littleton. And that big old white house to the left there, that's my house. Bought that thing quite a while ago. But I'm taking you to the museum. There's Buzzy pulling out in the middle of the road. So I'm turning here before the light. Of course, nobody uses directionals here. Directionals are optional. Yep, just do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Here's an old puppy. Here's the museum. Right in front. We're 300 Northwest Main. Another phone call. All right, folks, I'm pulling in, backing in. You can see the dog dishes here. Empty. Still got some water. Let me turn some lights on. It's a mess. I tore this place apart before I left, digging for stuff. There we go. We're back. I gotta open up some curtains here. Get everything turned on. All right, let me get the puppy in. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna upload this. Be on the road again. Like I said, I'll look through the comments. Apologize, I couldn't see them as I'm driving, but I'll let you guys know what's happening here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Give us any ideas, things you want us to do. More than happy to do them. All right, say goodbye to Stinky.